Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Crusader Kings III and the Royal Court expansion. Alright, so to start out in today's episode, we're going to give out these territories that we got in that last conflict. We can keep one of them, we have to give out 5, and we're going to keep Brandenburg. Brandenburg is the seat of the duchy, has some buildings here, and I think has the highest development in the region as well. So we'll keep that one. Now, we're going to go ahead and grant this one here over to this powerful duke here, which we don't have a very good opinion with because of the fact he's so cruddy and I don't really want him on the council, though he has improved his marshal a bit, so he's at least slightly better with that. But yeah, he really doesn't like us, and until we put him on the council, he's still not going to like us, but we can improve this by giving him another county. Of course, that makes him more powerful too, so, you know, we'll have to see if this is something I regret doing. But yeah, let's go ahead and not revoke a title, grant him a title. We'll grant him this. It'll increase his opinion by 40, so it'll certainly help. And any faction he belongs to would get some discontent, or would lose some discontent, excuse me. I can take a look, see if he's any factions. I don't actually know, we haven't really been paying attention to factions, because it hasn't been too much of an issue right now. But yeah, these are all populist factions. We do have one Liberty faction, which he is a part of. So that would result in them losing some discontent here, but they don't even have any discontent right now anyways. And it's mostly all counts, but you do have these 2 dukes here. I want to say he's the one down here. So there are 2 powerful dukes that are in this Liberty faction. So we're going to try and appease him by giving him some territory here. And that gets him up to plus 20. It's still pretty low, but it's improved. And then we're going to go to grant Berlin, which, you know, it's crazy here that Poland has taken Berlin. Yeah, we have both Berlin and Brandenburg here. The core of Prussia, or, you know, not this Prussia, old Prussia, but the German Prussia over here. So yeah, let's go ahead and grant these 2 territories to our brother. We're going to give titles to both of our brothers. Now, we could go ahead and put him in the church. We already got a marriage for him into Bohemia, and, you know, it didn't work out. You know, maybe he accepts. It's 50% though, so it's 50-50, and I think it's just better to just go ahead and grant him these titles, guys. So yeah, we want to go ahead and grant him these 2 here. It's going to make him love us. Get some more loyal vassals here. And then we're going to grant these 2 to our other brother, Lambert. And the reason why I did these southern ones down to Daniel is simply just as far as, or excuse me, as close to Bohemia as we can, since that's going to be his wife's power base. But yeah, we're going to go to grant him these 2 titles here. So another nice loyal vassal there. And are these like church titles or something? That's interesting. Maybe because he's education trait intellectual. It must have been a particular title I gave to him. But yeah, he's now in the church. Well, that's exactly what we wanted him to do in the first place, wasn't it? Huh. Interesting. And we must have gave him a church title. Yeah, that's a temple. Okay, so that's what happened there. I see. I didn't even know that when I did it. We'll act like that was all planned, because it worked out the way we wanted. We were always trying to make Lambert go to the church, and now he's in the church. So it worked out well for us there. Alright, so we did get a stewardship perk available. Also, we need a whole court. That was something we're supposed to do here early on, and also spend our money. We got a bunch of money to spend. So we're going to go and increase our domain limit. I guess we didn't need to give out all that territory, huh? We'll get more territory, I'm sure. But yeah, we didn't need to give out all that. I didn't even think about the fact that we were going to get that the domain limit increased. But it's fine. You know, I want my brothers to be somewhat more powerful. Have at least 2 counties. Can negotiate alliances with our 2 brothers, and might as well. Now that does result in a penalty, you know, for having too many allies if we try and create any more alliances, but we don't really want any more alliances, so it's not really a concern. So let's go into hold court first, and then we'll spend that money, because we don't really know how much money we'll have after all these events here. Some of them might, you know, earn us some money. More likely they're going to cost some money, though. So this is Studying the Dead. My lord, this is outrageous. An agitated Prince Casimir stands before my throne. The body of my poor father, the recently deceased King Bolesław, has been violated by that fiend you keep as your court physician. Oh, Lord. This guy is always causing some issues. That vile monster has tampered with the corpse, using it to practice his obscure knowledge and leaving it disfigured and defaced. Please, he can't go unpolished. Of course, he looks appropriately offended by the accusations. I have no idea what this man is talking about, my lord. Huh. Because I feel like, yeah, if he did do this, then he needs to pay. I mean, he might have been trying to do an autopsy or something, but he didn't even ask us to do an autopsy. Or, I mean, I just don't know what's going on here. We don't have enough information. So we can say slander, and then we'll trust our court position. And Casimir would require to pay him 50 gold. Might create a rivalry with Casimir. That would not be good. We can say these guys are technically named the same thing, just different spelling here. And we got the Polish spelling and the English spelling. We can say sacrilegious. Guards, arrest him. We'll dismiss him as court physician, which requires to get another one. And he served our father pretty well with his gouts, but he's I think an older dude at this point. We probably would have had to hire somebody anyways. He's 56. So we eventually have to hire somebody anyways. He's a renowned physician. He's got the lover's pox. I mean, it's a shame. Because, yeah, he's a good physician. And he could probably service for maybe another decade or so. Service well, but he might end up going that way. This will get us some piety. Increase opinion with Casimir, which is important. And maybe even get a friendship with Casimir. We can instead say who is telling the truth. And that probably makes the most sense to do. But it's just a percentage, honestly. So I don't really think it's actually determining who is telling the truth here. It's just an intrigue challenge. So I don't really think it's actually determining who told the truth. But it does not result in any of the friendship or rivalry penalties that you get with the other options when you just assume who's lying or telling truth. But we're going to go with our brother here. Let's go and arrest him. So that means we do have to hire another court physician. But yeah, we're closer to forming a friendship with our brother, which is important. And also increasing his opinion is important as well, because it was kind of low. And he's a powerful vassal. So yeah, we boosted that opinion a bit. So that was helpful. The next petitioner is another one of our brothers, Prince Lambert. So all our brothers coming here asking for stuff. So he's come to our court with 2 guards, dragging a woman between them. He tells us about an abortive attempt by the prisoner to steal from one of the tithe barns in his prince bishopric. So he said normally this matter would have been resolved locally, brother, but this thief insisted on her right to appeal to you directly. I look towards the prisoner and gesture for her to proceed. I know it was wrong, Lord, but we are starving, and Prince Lambert takes too much from us. Okay, so she admits to doing it. So we can say thievery is wrong, but so is extortion. In which case we'll get this bonus. Or, well, I guess it's a little bit of penalty as well in that province. And we lose opinion with Prince Lambert, but he likes us quite a bit since we just gave him those 2 titles. Or is the church not supposed to feed the poor? We'll get the pasture building there. He'll lose 35 opinion with us, be angry. Okay. Or you say, a thief is a thief, the details don't interest me, and we'll just imprison her. That's the safest bet, honestly. Kind of, yeah, that's really the safest way to go, so we'll just go with that. Just siding with our brother here. Justice is not being served. 2 times we've sided with our brothers. Rightful lands. A markedly disgruntled Countess Magdalena hurries to your throne. Liege, my lawful right to this county is beyond doubt, recognized by both your own heralds and the Catholic clergy. Will you support my claim and have your vassal... So this is some baby. Okay, I think that's the child of that countess. Yeah. So we can have him, he'll have to relinquish his 1 title, which means he would no longer be a vassal, and instead give it up to her. Okay. So we can say this injustice ends now. This is an act of tyranny. And then we'll take the county from the child and grant it to her. We instead say his claim is truer. And then she'll have a weak claim. We'll get some opinion with the little boy. I mean, he's not going to be a important vassal anytime soon. He wouldn't be important at all anyway, because he just has the 1 count. But yeah, he won't even be relevant for quite a while, since he is incredibly young. Again, he was like, what, 2 years old, 3 years old? Yeah, so very young. Or he said, I do not interfere in such things. And we'll gain some prestige. Yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and go with this one here. I'm not gonna let her take that from the baby just because it's a baby. All right, so we have finished up with the court. Money was not impacted at all. We now need to search for another physician. We might be able to find a physician. Let's just take a look before we go searching. You never know, we might be able to find somebody here. Like a guest or something, that would be good. She's an herbalist. She has 15 learning. I don't know if she's the best. Is she the only guest we have? Looks like we had somebody. It's good with intrigue here, but I mean, she's probably fine as a doctor. She's deceitful. Yeah, I don't see why we wouldn't go ahead and just hire her. Can you hire her straight into the court physician, or do I have to invite her first? You're not seeing her in here, so I don't think we can do it that way. I think we'll have to recruit her first, and then we can hire her as the court physician. So let's go ahead and get her appointed. And she's actually not good at it. She has a poor aptitude. That's interesting. Yeah, we're going to appoint her. And she's terrified of us, which is good for your doctor. You don't want them operating against you. Alright, so we've hired her, and we might have been able to find somebody else, but it's fine. I didn't want to have to wait for it. And she's a good enough choice, I feel. So let's go ahead and see if we can get something constructing in these provinces. We're already building in these two, and let's go ahead and build in this one. We could also build in Brandenburg over here, but I don't know if we'll end up keeping that or not. Probably not. I assume we'll end up losing it. So let's build up in this territory that's around our capital, and thus is going to have the higher development than other areas. So yeah, over here, let's get, well, money. So let's do the farms and fields. Yeah, we want more money. We are earning a good chunk of money now. Got those alliances with our brothers. We don't have to worry about them joining any factions or anything like that. So that's good. Yeah, no concerns there. And I guess we're just going to let it play here. I don't know if we're planning any conflicts outside of this one here. I do want to attack him. We'll see if we have anything. As of right now, we have no CB on him, so we'd have to form one. Okay. Yeah, we have no claim on this territory. Yeah, I do want to get control of that, perhaps probably in our lifetime. We could also attack over here to get this territory. And that would be a potential holy war. We would probably want to use our kingdom one for that, though. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that's the best way to go. But the duchy one, would that grant us everything? It would. So yeah, we'd probably do a holy war for the duchy over here. Just make it look nicer as well. I think that's what we'll end up doing conflict-wise. So, speaking of the military, we should probably look at our men-at-arms as well, see how we're doing there. And what is this about? Oh, he's leaving. I see. Does he have a claim? He does. He does on a county. Yeah, I'm not going to promise anything, so he'll just have to leave, go somewhere else. Because I don't care about that. So, let's go ahead and take a look at our men-at-arms situation. We'll go ahead and, I guess we'll keep them for now, because we still have plenty of stuff to do here. We're not going to create a new unit just yet. But yeah, let's go and increase the size of them. And who else might we want to do here? The archers. There we go. Get them up to like level 5 here. And maybe get them up to level 5 as well. And I suppose we will go ahead and disband this unit now. Alright, excellent. So we used all our money. And we also are paying a lot more maintenance now as well. I guess we want them to reinforce here, so we won't turn that off. Yeah, let's go and let them reinforce. That number will go up once they're done reinforcing. Once we got them all filled out. We did get the Hunter's Lodge over here. Excellent. Did we get this one done? Not yet. It's almost there. Apparently we built it slightly different times, or maybe we have a faster build speed in this county. We don't have any money, so we can't build anything else. I spent all our money. Alright, so we got those, and these locations getting us some more money every month. And our brother is wanting to pay homage to us. Okay, excellent. And he nails in. Okay, so at last I bid the Duke arise, confirming my satisfaction, and Casimir's rights to the lands he rules in my stead. Okay, nothing different there. We can ask our head of faith for golds. Let's go ahead and do that. We always need more money. And we can use that immediately to go and start constructions over here. Actually, you know what? Our capital isn't building anything right now, so let's instead have them improve. Now, again, it is always better, as I said before, to build something new over improving. But when it comes to the capital, I do kind of focus on this area here. So let's go and improve the manor house here. Get a bit of money for that. And vassal factionalism. So this is probably him being in that faction. He has been using his influence to push for the advancement of the Liberty faction. They seek to nullify several laws in the Kingdom of Poland that they believe interfere with the traditional rights of the nobility. While I do not doubt his convictions, he is only human. If I can convince him to curb these activities, it will make it easier for me to consolidate the power I have over my vassals. Okay, so we can say if he helps me now, I'll return the favor. We'll get some steward lifestyle experience points. So that'd be good, but he's going to get a hook against us, but you never know what they're going to use a hook for, so I don't like giving hooks to vassals. We can instead say old-fashioned flattery is as good at inspiring loyalty. We'll get that stewardship experience points. What are we spending? Prestige? Oh, he's going to get prestige, and we're going to spend it. Okay, I can see doing that, I suppose. That's if he accepts. He could always reject our offer, decreasing his opinion. And then we can instead say, remind him that my interests are God's interests, and that's going to spend piety. Or you can say, he is only exercising his rights. Let's see what kind of man he is. I don't know if this would have any effect. Yeah, I suppose what we want to do, let's appeal to him with flattery. We'll try that out, see if he'll accept that. I mainly want the experience points, of course. And he renounced his faction. Right, excellent, that faction has gotten weaker. We gave out some prestige, he gained some, but we now no longer have to worry about him in the faction. Just take a look here and see how that faction's looking. They are no longer at the power level they need to be. Yeah, it's just really these two counts here in addition to the one duke, which, you know, he's not on the council, so it's not surprising. Now this duke, he is on the council, and he still has such a low opinion of us, unfortunately. We do have an opportunity to sway our spy master, so we can try to maintain subtlety or emphasize those shared interests. It's a diplomacy challenge. It's only 52% chance of success. Let's risk it. And he's convinced. All right, so we got some prestige from that. Further increased his opinion. How is he looking? He's at 76, so I think we're done with him for now. Let's go ahead and improve the opinion of somebody else. Well, I suppose we should do this duke here, since he's the only one really trying to operate against us. Although, you know what? I wanted to address something that I haven't addressed yet. This is with our children. So our son here, he is not in our court. He's in his mother's court. And unfortunately, you know, you can't just do an invite to court. You know, that's not possible. So you have to offer the guardianship. And unfortunately, she will not accept. So I'm wondering if there's something we can do to get her to accept, like maybe romance her. I wanted to do that as soon as we were done with the spy master. And so now that we're done, and try romancing her and seeing if she would be willing to accept. As you can see, she's very clearly not willing to accept right now. We could also try blackmailing her. I think if we had a hook on her and use that to get her to give our son to us, then I think that would work as well. But yeah, we have to get control of our son if we can. Now, our younger son, who we're hoping to have take over after us, he's already in our court, so that's not a problem. We can't go and select his education because he's curious. Okay, so we can either have him do the learning education or the diplomacy. I suppose we'll do the diplomacy. Yeah, we'll have him do diplomacy. Now with his brothers, and his brother's already doing the learning, so... yeah, with his brother, we're going to try and get him in the court. And again, we'll just do a two-prong attempt here. We'll try both by increasing our relations. I don't know how much impact that'll make. But yeah, try seducing her, or excuse me, romancing her. In addition to trying to find a secret on her that we could use to get a hook. Now, I don't really care which route we do. If we romance her, you know, we improve opinion with her, you know, and that's obviously good. But the other thing I'm kind of concerned about is that we end up having a bunch of sons. Maybe this dynasty is like just has nothing but sons. And we're going to end up having, I don't know if there's genetics for like what gender you have with children or if it's just completely random, but it does kind of feel like in CK that there is something to do with the, you know, the actual genetic code for them, because each character has a genetic code or whatever in the game. And sometimes I think that there's got to be something that controls that, because I've just seen it too often where characters have nothing but male children or nothing but female children. And so maybe that's a possibility, or maybe it's just completely chance, completely random. It just happens sometimes. But yeah, you saw with our father, he had nothing but sons, and he had a bunch of them. 5 sons total. So let's go ahead and do this event here, and then we'll start the attempt to find a secret on her. So we can sing a love ballad, secretly plant a letter, impress her by winning a sparring match, or go with my gut in the moment. She is fickle, so she might like us going with our gut. Wrathful and generous. As far as her skills and stuff goes, she's highest with learning. Martial's not great there. We're going to go with the gut moment. I don't know if that'll work out. So my declaration of love is for the queen's eyes only. No one else matters. I pour my heart out page after page, my feelings growing as I finally put them into words. The ink has barely dried as I set out for her chambers. I gently place the scroll on her bolster. Will she lay here tonight dreaming of me? The waiting is unbearable. The thought of rejection makes me sick to my stomach. When her reply arrives, I tear the seal with shaking hands. While I cannot encourage you, my liege, I am most grateful for your kind words. Yours faithfully, Bolesław. Alright, so we'll see if that's successful. But yeah, at the same time, we're going to do this here. And of course, if we blackmail her, she's not going to appreciate it. But again, I don't really care so much about her opinion. I just want to make this happen. And you know what? I just put that in the wrong location. My bad. So yeah, let's go and find secrets over here. And we'll see which one ends up working out for us. I kind of want the secret one, honestly, and blackmail in there. I think that might be the better option. We'll see what happens. Is there like a rebellion over here or something? Or did this really end up breaking off here? Oh, we're falling under, yep, an Italian ruler. Well, that's interesting. We're not really having like a really strong Holy Roman Empire in this one. Some past campaigns we've had an HRE is just ridiculous, just stomping everybody. I would get those crop fields constructed. We don't have any money to build anything else. Well, I guess we might be able to afford building something new. But we wouldn't do it there. We'd do it right here. We got more court grandeur. But yeah, let's go ahead and build something over here. We'll get... Well, we have 2 economic ones, so I think we should do something for either increased fort level or for levies. I suppose we'll do the fort. I think also get you money. Look at the walls and towers there. And these are all up on the borders with the Holy Roman Empire, and then you can have the Hungarians might come up this way as well. So making these more difficult to siege I think would be good. Okay, so we did find a secret already. Again, he's pretty good intrigue-wise, 31, so he does these things quickly. He uncovered a secret held by this count here. Okay. I guess we can blackmail him. Yeah, we'll go ahead and blackmail him. It's not what we were here for, of course, but yeah. I remember why I didn't consider the perk that was going to give us the domain holdings, increased domain holdings, because I wasn't intending to get that yet. Yeah, I remember. I was going to instead get the golden obligations next. So now there's the question, do we want to go for that, or would we rather just go for architect, since we're doing so much construction right now? And this would be useful, of course, but, you know, you keep the hooks for a long time. So many of these hooks we still have at the time we got that perk, and could then, you know, benefit from them. So I think we might go ahead and go after the architect. So this is the Poetic License romance event. There is no woman lovelier than Queen Bolesław. In her presence, my words often fail me. None of my compliments ever do her justice. Perhaps a carefully drafted poem would better capture her virtues. Alright, so we could write about her kind and feeling heart because she's generous, her fearlessness, probably because she's wrathful here, her forgiving nature. She's not really all that forgiving, honestly. Or poetry is not my strong suit. We'll go with her kind and feeling heart. We'll see how she feels about it. She does not respond. She doesn't like it. Okay. I mean, she is a queen. Maybe we should have talked about her fierceness. Solace in Script. The latest work of my steward has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and he's publicly dedicated to me. Okay, so he's a poet or something? He's a journaler. Oh, and a poet. So he likes to write. And that's that one duke that's over here. Has all this territory here. Probably our most powerful vassal. He's an older man, so it's going to be his son that'll be taking over here soon. He's scarred, honest, brave, and content. That's good. He's content. So we can say, so far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. All right, so we're going to have to address it. So we can do the diplomacy challenge. Say I don't know quite how I feel about this. It's a 36% chance that the poem is lauded, or 64% chance that it's mocked. Lauding it would increase its opinion while gaining or losing stress, while mocking it would decrease its opinion and gain its prestige. We could instead say, I can see this is truly heartfelt. Huh. That's interesting. Like, why would you even do that's... I guess you'd want to be mocking it if you're doing that option. Huh. That's weird. Why even pick... Why even have this? Where it's a random choice to get the same results that you get with either of these two. I'm not entirely sure why you didn't have this option. That's strange. Okay. We'll go with this one. It's going to be lauded. And we'll lose some stress, something we definitely needed to do. In fact, we need to spend our next little batch of money on like a hunt or a feast or something. Because, yeah, we definitely need to deal with our stress here. Rather than constructing right now. I forgot we had a prisoner in there. Whoopsie. We probably have a few more. Oh, yes, we have our... you know, we could always release him, by the way, but I wouldn't want to. As not to be our court position anyways. Because you just can't trust him at this point. We could employ him as the executioner, since he likes cutting people open. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I think we'll do that. He's the executioner now. We'll get a weak hook on him as well. Nope, he won't do both. Okay, so we'll just employ him as the executioner. Alright, so that's his job now. We do have to pay him for that, of course. Yeah, he's now the executioner. With this character here, looks like we can ransom him for 100 gold. Nice. He doesn't even have any positions. It's just because he's got the money, I suppose. That's kind of weird. Because who his parents were? I don't know. But yeah, we'll take the 100 gold. And then we'll spend it trying to reduce our stress. Also, we just got another level of devotion, so we're now faithful. Our character was, you know, as a fornicator, did have lower piety here for a time, or devotion, I should say. Alright, so let's go ahead and use that money. See which one's going to reduce stress more. Because we're athletic and brave, it's still the hunts. So we'll do the hunts. Now, of course, this is a great way for increasing opinion, though, which, you know, we are a new king. So I kind of feel like the opinion bonus would be useful this time. And you know what? I don't know that we ever held any hunt, or excuse me, any feast as his father. I want to say we didn't. I think this is our first feast of the game, shocking as that is. We just were always doing the hunts. And we also were always short on money, too. All right, so always going to congratulate our wife here, give her the credit for the household efforts. And increase opinion with our wife, which is something we were trying to do anyways. And this is about two lovers here. Okay. So we'll go and blackmail both of them. The interesting thing here is that if we wanted to operate against our wife, we'd have a lot of potential agents to do so. We gotta wait until this has been accepted. Disaster strikes in the feast. So this is just, you know, we run out of wine here. We don't have the money to do this one. So we'll have to do this one instead. We all have to pitch in. We'll gain some money from it, but lose prestige, but that's okay. We like money. Alright, so we need to... Oh, she refused. Okay, we'll just go ahead and reveal it then. Expose it. Could have blackmailed him as well. He might have accepted, but he had a lower chance for accepting too. Our wife is pregnant. Okay. Our attempts to romance her apparently have been effective. We'll see if this is a boy or a girl. And feast is over. Reducing our stress. We're now down to 28. In a much better position, stress-wise now. Earning fantastic money. Way more money than our father ever earned. And all these characters, of course, gain that diplomatic career, increasing their diplomacy. Let me take a look. I think we're going to go ahead and change out of collect taxes and go ahead over to the increased development now. I could also go with promote culture. Try and further spread the Polish culture. I'm particularly into our territory here. I do like Berlin and then Brandenburg or whatever. So we could always do that as well. Slowly convert them. But you know what, guys? I really want to get development up higher in our capital, Krakow. Because, yeah, we're sitting at 15, and that should be much higher for a capital like ours with such a majestic kingdom. And I feel like we should have higher development. Like up to at least 20 is what I want to get it to. And we were slowly increasing that before, but then we had so many money troubles. And he did uncover another secret. All right, excellent. Oh, okay, I saw the robust. I thought he might be a good knight, but he's really not. Okay, so yeah, we'll just go and blackmail him. He'll definitely accept that. Again, we're getting all these hooks, and you know, even if we don't want to use them against our wife, once we get that perk, we'll be able to make them pay for us to get rid of the hooks. So getting all these hooks is useful. You know, I typically don't use this tactic of getting hooks just for money until after we can actually get the money from them, but of course that's not the reason why we're doing this. We're looking for something on our wife. What is he wanting to make? He's very competent. He wants to go on another adventure, this time to Western Europe. Sure, why not? We'll see what he brings us. I did forget that we've been wanting to commission an artifact here, but we don't have an antiquarian. So we need to hire somebody. Let's see who all we got available here. He's like terrible at that. That's funny. So let's put him in charge. Although he's currently supposed to be going to Western Europe, but whatever. We'll put him in charge here. I don't know if that will impact. I'd assume it wouldn't. Nah, it's not going to impact it at all. Maybe that's a different guy. Yeah, that might be a different guy, actually. We do have a Royal Court event. Courtier scorned. Oh, he's not happy about that. Why would you honor that boor Henry with a position at court and not me? So it's somebody else that's whining. It's this guy, this knight that's irritated at us. I mean, you're a knight. You have a role. So he's livid. Apparently he had been certain that the honor would befall him and no one else. Not entirely sure why he would think that with his learning of 0. I don't know exactly what all influences how good they are at the antiquarian job, but you assume learning would have some. Again, I'm not entirely sure, because he was average at it and he has horrible learning too, so I'm not entirely sure, but for some reason he thought he was going to get it. So you can say, oh, come off it. Decrease his opinion, maybe get a rivalry with him. We can say, you are right, you do deserve a position. We'll make him a bodyguard, which, I mean, he'd make a fine bodyguard, I suppose. Or you say, if you're going to jest like this, I should start paying you, and then we'll make him into court jester. Yeah, we'll just say this, give him the position as bodyguard. And hopefully that was a wise choice. So here's our inspiration event. He's about to depart. Tell him what we want him to look for specifically. Maybe a trinket. Or just tell him to bring us something great. Yeah, let's just tell him to bring him something great. That worked out fine last time, I suppose. And we had another son. Again, doesn't it feel like... It just feels like we're gonna have nothing but boys again. So that's what I was worried about. It seems like something's up with this dynasty here. We have nothing but boys. We'll name him after ourselves since we haven't named any of our sons after ourselves yet. So he'll be Mieszko. And maybe that'll be unlucky. And Mieszko will die because of that. We'll have to see. Oh, she's now willing to accept. Probably because of us getting the accepting the opinion higher, perhaps. All right, excellent. So we'll do that. All right, so that worked out for us. Which, by the way, we do actually. Hold up. Did one of those events have to do with her having a lover? She does have a lover. So these might not even be our children. Wow. I had somebody speculate that that might be the case since he's robust. Is her lover robust? That's what we need to know here. He is. These children aren't ours. I mean, so we'll use this opportunity here while she still likes us to get her to accept our other son coming, though. Again, I don't think any of these are our children here. So he was able to uncover here. Yeah, so we're going to cover a lot of stuff right now. That he is not our son. Again, not surprising. So what we can do here now... So yeah, this we already knew about this here. which is real unfortunate. Yeah, both of these sons are likely not ours. Well, this one probably is our legitimate son because he's spinally. I remember we're all related to this family. So we could have got this from the incest. I could have just got it as well. You could sometimes get negative traits, even if none of the family members have it. But yeah, this is probably most likely our legitimate son. Well, these two, well, obviously we already know he's not, and I don't think he is either. Okay, so can it be true that he was not fathered by, or that he was fathered by the knight of my wife, Queen Gremislava, and not me? Should I cry, scream, punish, forgive? He'll always be seen as my trueborn child, yet I cannot deny the evidence before me. And this is one thing I kind of hate about this, is that, like, you can't, it doesn't actually change the parentage here, even when you know that it's not your child. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and first get our eldest here into our court. Alright, so now we're in charge of him. And unfortunately, we cannot teach him languages. And that's a real shame, even though he's our ward. She's like lending him out to us, essentially. He's not like in our court. In order to get him into court, you'd have to, actually have invited him to the court. But again, that doesn't really work when it's the other parent. So yeah, real shame here, guys. So we can expose these secrets, making her look bad. Yeah, we could reveal those, could just straight up blackmail her as well for either of these. But yeah, it's a real shame. I guess we'll do the lover one. It's not surprising though that she's cheating on us. We do have the ability to go ahead and get, we'll do the architect first, go ahead and grab that, and then after that we'll get the next one. But yeah, quite negative overall. I feel sorry for old Mieszko. Yeah, such a bummer. His wife's over here cheating on him. He's still trying to romance her. You know what? Screw this. No. We ain't romancing her. She's cheating on us. I guess we'll keep looking for secrets, but I'm afraid of what all we'll find now. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. Exotic arms. So is this, yeah, this is with the adventure, I think. Maybe? Maybe not. No, he's a guy who isn't completed. He's completed one of the inspirations I see for our father. So along with their strange goods, merchants bring telltales from distant lands, unverifiable, full of wonder. A group of Danish peddlers purport to have brought Basque objects said to have come from the faraway court of a great ruler. So what does he want here? This unique armor could be yours for a special price, of course. Great king, a likely yarn indeed. I look to Henry for guidance. I am not familiar with Navarre's work, but this seems to be finely made. So we could become the owner of this armor, but do we have armor? I thought we have armor. We do. Can't say if it would be better or not. This is a famed armor. Does it say the level? It does not really tell us much about it. So I'm not going to pay a bunch of money for armor. I want a weapon. That's what we're looking for here, guys. So if it had been a weapon, then I probably would have got it. Splendor has increased. And one of those factions has disbanded. And we have converted the faith there. All right, excellent. So let's go and continue with our efforts to convert all these counties. Looks like our vassals have been helping here. We're going to go ahead and do Brandenburg next. What religion do they have here? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. We did conquer all this from these pagans. So yeah, we'll convert over there first. So this is that inspiration. He's ran into bandits on the road. For 10 days and 10 nights, me and my party have been hiding. We've seen this event. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this time we have a different character, so might have different options available. Or, yeah, better chances. It really doesn't look like it. He has pretty low chances on these as well. So he has a 33% chance of the best outcome, 58% chance of the medium outcome, 8% chance of the really bad one. Over here, you're getting a 42% chance of bad outcomes between those bottom two, with a 56% chance of a good one. So you get a much better chance of a good outcome going with the intrigue challenge, so we'll do that. Okay, so it continues to advance. We didn't get the best one. That's all right, though. So she studied our language. We can make her a friend, or we can make her into our rival. Yeah, I feel like I got nothing for this wife of ours. rivalry, here we come. So we are now rivals with our wife. So it doesn't really matter if we like expose her secrets or anything like that. Although of course they would impact our son and future heir. God, it's such a, I call him our son, he's not our son, is he? It's just such a bummer. It went down that way, she went cheating on us. No loyalty here. And you know what? We've been loyal to her. We've never cheated on her. I think maybe we need to start doing that. Like some a revenge relationship here. We need to go find a lady. That's going to be our next project, guys. We're going to get some revenge on our wife. So we're going to find a lady. Maybe this lady. I don't know. Who's this? She's a courtier here. Excommunicated. Okay, she beats herself. Very aggressive. That's interesting. She could probably kill her wife. Yes. Higher prowess. If they were to get in a duel or something like that. Yeah, she's a very martial-minded lady here, 29 years old. She has a bunch of children here. This is her spouse. I don't know who this guy is. Okay, so they're over here in the HRE. I see. She has decided that her time in Krakow has come to an end. Okay, so this is if we wanted to keep her here. We're not going to press her claim. That's what she's here for. I see. Alright, we'll just do that. We'll find somebody else in our court here, guys. Kind of look in here and see. We don't really want... Well, you can romance the guests, I suppose, but... And something else about some more lovers. All kinds of shady stuff happening over there. Who is she, though? Is this like... This is her sister. Okay, so her sister's doing that as well. Okay, so we'll probably go ahead and blackmail her. Oops. So let's go and blackmail her. So yeah, if we want to act against our wife, we've got plenty of potential agents over here. Now, we probably wouldn't want to kill her. I mean, we definitely want to kill her lover. I can see wanting to kill the lover here. Can you invite him to court? He could, and then we could just arrest him. He would actually come to our court. That'd be better than assassination, honestly. Let's use the hook here. Invite him to court. And then we can just do whatever we want to him at this point. Given imprisoning him would be an act of tyranny. It's not that tyrannical, and I feel like we've got good reason to do it. If we expose the secret, we can't because we've already blackmailed him. Let's say he might be a criminal, and then we could arrest him, but yeah, I can't do it that way. So yeah, I think the best way is just go and arrest him here. Could also scheme to murder him, but yeah, I don't want to do it that way. I want him in my dungeon. So yeah, let's go ahead and imprison him. We'll just take the tyranny. And let's let this play for a second. Alright, justice has been done. He is now in our prison. So we can go ahead and just torture him. And we'd actually lose stress from torturing him. Is that just because he is our rival here? Okay, so we're also rivals with our wife. So because he's our rival, we can torture him and lose stress. And so I think we will go ahead and do that. We will lose some piety, of course, but we'll see if he knows any other secrets. I assume he does, probably related to our children. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and torture him. And see if we were to ever release him, which he probably never will be released, but just kind of see what options we have here. I was wondering if we could make him take the vows. Yeah, let's go and torture him. So we'll do that. And they're a Craven. So he's going to gain 218 stress. Wow. 5% chance he might become a lunatic here. Oh, he's going to be all stressed out. And now he's near death because of the recently torture and the stress level 2. So he's not doing well. We could keep him locked up to try and torture him again to get another stress reduction, but can't do that for 5 years. And I don't think he's going to live that long. Yeah, he's probably not going to live that long. You could just execute him, but that results in more tyranny. You can burn him at the stake, which is a horrible death here. Would lose more stress for killing him, though. All domain counties will gain 3 control if we just do a public execution. Yeah, I think we'll probably do that. Publicly execute him. This is what you get for sleeping with my wife. So he's dead now. We gained a little bit of tyranny doing this. Probably pissed our wife off. Actually, I don't really know if she does have any. Executed close relation. Was it a family member too? It might have been. Let me just take a look. He was lowborn. Okay. So we've taken out her her lover. So we took care of that problem. We didn't find any more secrets like about the children here. Like the youngest. I actually want to rename him, in fact, because we know that he's probably not our child. I just don't want him named after us. Could rename him as well, because that's a difficult name. I'm not entirely sure I pronounce that, like Voye, something like that. I don't know. I think this is just supposed to be an H sound here. Yeah, I don't know how to pronounce that. So might want to rename him too, just because I don't even know how to pronounce his name. But yeah, this has been an unfortunate episode. A lot of bad news here for old Mieszko. Found out his wife cheated on him. His two youngest are likely not his own children. And of course, you know, we weren't planning on having him inherit because of the spinely trait. So I'm not entirely sure what we're going to do here. I'd love to hear you guys' opinion, though. I feel like he's going to be the better character. But he's not really truly from our dynasty, is he? We know that. Now, he didn't get, you know, any of the negatives because we didn't reveal that secret. But it could get revealed in the future. I'd give him some negatives there. We do have a strong hook on our wife here. I'm not entirely sure what we'd do with that strong hook at the moment. But, yeah, it's been unfortunate discoveries made in this episode here. We did get all these titles here handled out, though. Continuing building up our realm, we're making a lot more money now, and I do expect that the overall income is going to increase drastically under Mieszko, since, of course, he's a steward-minded ruler. But yeah, we'll continue to see the income increase, and money won't be as big of an issue, I think, for this character as it was for our former character. It just wasn't his strong suit. We can commission an artifact, which is something I want to do, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we want a weapon. This will be the last thing we're going to do here in this episode. Yeah, we're going to a weapon created. And inspiration's now been funded, and we get to pick what we want here. We can say something that both slashes and pierces flesh. Say I want a weapon that makes full use of my strength, or I prefer to keep my enemies at a distance, or I trust your judgment. So this one here would be for a dagger or sword. This would be for like axe, hammer, or mace. And that would be for the spear. I feel like we'd probably use a sword. So we'll go with this. Yeah, we'll go with this one and hope that it's a sword that she creates rather than a dagger. Let it play a couple days here. And our hook has expired here, because I think we had the lover one. So let's go ahead and blackmail again for the disputed heritage. She's only 80% likely to accept it. There we go. So we got the hook. She accepted it. And so again, we have a strong hook on her. But yeah, very unfortunate here as things gone down. Not sure what we're going to do about her just yet. Again, if we assassinate her, then that causes issues where our son inherits and becomes the king over here before I'm really ready for him to do that. Plus, it results in the splitting of the kingdom. Yeah, I really want to do it that way. We don't even know who's going to inherit, so I don't really want to kill her. Frankly, I think her dying would be an epic disaster for us, so I don't really want to do it that way. So I'm not sure exactly how to go about dealing with her right now. But I'd love to hear your guys' opinion, though. We got to do something to her, right? For her cheating ways, her disloyalty. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one. And thanks for watching.